Greetings, true collectors, and welcome to another installment of Darth Kifor's Toy Reviews, hosted by yours truly, Darth Kifor. In this episode I review a figure based on a Finnish superhero, the Rendel. I have never done anything like this before, and there's a reason for it. There really aren't many comics, not to mention movies, that are based on Finnish superheroes. In fact, when it comes to superheroes, Finland really gets the short end of the stick. History of Finnish superheroes hasn't been that extensive so far. Sure, there's been some Finnish superhero comics, but they've mostly been satirical spoofs, like KiforsCantina.blogspot.fi and Kapini Hyperventilatorogrammies, or hyper-violent underground parodies, like Lilia. But as far as I know, Rendel is the first dark and gritty serious superhero. This movie kinda came out of nowhere really. A Finnish superhero movie was something I was not at all ever expecting to see, but I was incredibly happy when I heard one was being made. And I knew if there ever was a figure made of it, I would need to own it. Some of you might be wondering what the film is all about. Well, let me tell you. There isn't much known about the film's characters or story yet. Only real information that's available comes from the film's synopsis, comic prologue, and teaser scenes and trailer. What I can gather from them is that Rendel is set in a fictional crime-ridden and corrupt city of St. Michel, and that it tells a classic vigilante story in vein of Punisher or Daredevil, where a desperate family man named Remo gets entangled up with evil criminal organization, known as Valetamakens Meat. And after angering his new boss, his wife and child are murdered, which triggers his transformation into a rage-fueled anti-hero Rendel, whose only desire is to avenge their deaths. Character of Rendel was created by the movie's director Jesse Hadja over 16 years ago. He came up with the concept during one boring math class, when he was still in high school. For years character stayed forgotten in his desk drawer, but when he was trying to come up with an idea for a movie, he realized Rendel would be a perfect character to build movie around. It's about time Finland finally gets its own superhero that can be taken seriously. I for one am very excited about this movie, and cannot wait for the film's release in 2016. I first heard of Rendel about a year ago on Facebook, and I have been a big supporter of this project ever since. That did not stay unnoticed by the team Rendel, and right before last Christmas I was contacted by the director Jesse Hadja, asking if I'd be interested in reviewing the upcoming Rendel figure. I of course said yes. How could I say no to a free figure? It took its time, but here we are. Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this unique figure. This is fully licensed Rendel product featuring an excellent sculpt by Pauli Kangasniemi of Super Deformed Rendel. Rendel comes out of the bag fully reassembled, and he's completely pre-painted. And beautifully painted at that. Paint job on this guy is top quality. Sculpt work here is also wonderful, even though this character design is more cartoony than super detailed. Sculpt gives you a good idea how the character will look in the finished movie. He's got very dark tone to him, which is what we'd expect with this particular movie, with the only real color on there being the kind of metallic silver seen on his belt buckle and on the knee pads. Rest of the figure is done in a really great mix of blacks and grays, with a fine amount of shading to really bring out all the sculpted details. I also love all of the little intricacies on this guy. Do you notice when you take a closer look of the black parts of the armor, there's a really nice molded texture there, as well as all of the great lines, and all the details worked all the way throughout the suit, which is almost exactly like how he appeared in the teasers and artwork. Figure is non-articulated, solid polyurethane sculpt, so there is no articulation on the figure itself. The figure is in the 1/12 scale and he's permanently attached to this little round base in a very classic superheroic pose, and from the bottom of that base to top of his cowl there, he stands slightly over 5 inches tall. Alright guys, it's mix and match time. Here you can see him pictured with Funko's Pop Vinyl Super Deformed Judge Dredd, to give you a better idea of his size and the stylistic differences. And here he's standing next to Star Wars Black Series Greedo 6-inch scale figure. Outfit he's wearing features a kind of nice black bodysuit you can't see underneath his armor. Has got his awesome utility belt, which is beautifully detailed with the metallic belt buckle and pouches worked on it. Paint apps are really well done. The carbon black outfit has some great metallic silver highlights. Then we get to the signature black and gray mask that's covering his face, which has a absolutely gorgeous sculpt. He's got these really cool Dark Knight-esque white eyes that have a bit of a added shine to really make them pop. What I really love is that all the detailing on his face is fully sculpted, and not just painted on. You can see it has very worn and weathered look with all the cracks and crevices to show he's been in and out of battle. It has this rubbery texture with a really nice glossy finish to it. This is definitely where this figure shines, no pun intended. It's a beautiful sculpt with amazing paint application that gives it a feel. There you go. There's a look at the 1/12 scale Rendel limited edition collectible figure by KiforsCantina. Pretty impressive, or what? I certainly think so. Figure feels nice and quality made, and like I said earlier, it has a great sculpt and a really awesome paint job that help to bring out the fun nature of this particular figure. One of the downsides is the price. Being a limited edition figure, you can expect to pay €69 about $80 for it, but when you consider it's completely handmade and painted figure, and that most of the price goes forwards into funding the movie, it's not that bad of a deal. It's a beautifully sculpted and painted piece that definitely feels like it's made with a lot of love. I think all the fans of comic books and superhero movies will find this to be interesting and unique piece to add to their collection. I am a huge fan of this character design. This is one of the coolest new superhero costumes I've seen in a while, and I would love to see a more realistically proportioned, fully articulated action figure from this movie. Hopefully the film will see enough success so that will be something we'll see in the future. I'd like to give a special thanks to Jesse, Angela and Team Rendel for sending me this along to take a look at. Rendel limited edition collectible minifigure is currently available through rendelmovie.com/store. The film is now in pre-production and the shooting will take place in fall 2015. Also, don't forget to like them on Facebook at facebook.com/rendelproject. If you like this review, be sure to chop that like button and drop kick that subscribe button, so you'll never miss a review. Till the next time guys, and remember, you're never too old to play with your toys.